Hi there. In this video, we will discuss the summary of the 7th chapter of El Filibusterismo, or The Reign of Greed, written by Dr. Jose Rizal, titled Simoun. We will also study the important events, characters, settings, and lessons found in this chapter. Listen and watch carefully, as you will learn a lot from this historical work by Rizal. Let's begin. While Basilio stood at his mother's grave, he noticed a flickering light in the distance and heard footsteps and the rustling of leaves. As the noises grew closer, he identified the figure as Simoun, the jeweler and merchant who pretended to be an ally of the powerful, digging into the ground with a spade. Simoun, startled, drew his gun but relaxed when he recognized Basilio. He then explained himself. During their conversation, Simoun revealed his true identity and his plans. He disclosed to Basilio that he was Ibarra, who had returned to the Philippines not to seek personal revenge, but to overthrow the existing government system. Simoun explained that he had posed as a jeweler to get close to influential people and exploit their greed against them. By inciting unrest and spreading violence, Simoun hoped to awaken the masses and inspire them to revolt. Simoun advised Basilio not to be fooled by campaigns for Hispanization or petitions for equal rights with the Spaniards. Instead, he urged Basilio to stay true to his language and culture, focusing on strengthening national identity to achieve genuine freedom in the future. While Basilio was open to Simoun's words, he expressed that he had no political ambitions and simply wished to serve the people as a doctor to alleviate their physical suffering. He told Simoun that his goals lay in science, and he disagreed with violent methods. Despite this, Simoun encouraged him to reconsider their fight against the system and his responsibility to the nation. Though their views differed, Basilio bid farewell, and Simoun promised to help him if he ever changed his mind. When Simoun was alone, he questioned whether he had made a mistake in trusting Basilio and reflected on his sacrifices for the country. Resolute, he continued to pursue his dream of toppling the oppressive system at any cost, hoping for the arrival of a brighter future. Now, let's move on to the important events in this chapter. While visiting his mother's grave, Basilio noticed a flickering light and encountered Simoun, who was digging into the ground and revealed his true identity as Ibarra. Simoun disclosed his plan to overthrow the government by posing as a jeweler, exploiting the greed of the powerful and inciting unrest to inspire a mass revolt. Simoun advised Basilio to reject campaigns for Hispanization and focus on preserving his language and culture as a path to true freedom. Basilio expressed his desire to serve as a doctor to alleviate suffering and his disagreement with violent methods, though Simoun urged him to reconsider his role in fighting the system. After their conversation, Simoun reflected on his sacrifices and remained resolute in his goal to topple the oppressive regime, hoping for a brighter future. Important characters. Basilio, a young man returning from town who witnessed Simoun's actions. He also played a role in the events of 13 years prior. Simoun, the jeweler featured in this chapter, who revealed his true identity to Basilio. Sisa and Elias, characters mentioned as those whom Basilio had helped bury 13 years earlier. Let us now proceed to the setting of this chapter. The story takes place in the forest of the Ibarra estate in San Diego, specifically beneath a large balete tree where Simoun was digging. The scene is filled with mystery and intrigue, set against the darkness of the night and memories of the past. Here are some of the lessons, messages, or implications shown in this chapter. This chapter highlights the importance of deeply understanding society's true state and not blindly following the flow of a flawed system or unquestioned beliefs. It illustrates how personal tragedies can motivate broader purposes, but a clear vision and proper methods are necessary to avoid causing greater harm. The chapter emphasizes the value of preserving and promoting one's own language and culture as a foundation for national identity rather than merely conforming to foreign influences. It reminds readers that not all goals, even noble ones, should be pursued through violent means, and that the potential impact on society and individuals must be carefully considered. The chapter underscores the challenge of choosing between personal interests and national responsibility, stressing the need for actions aligned with morality and sound principles. And that concludes the 7th chapter of El Filibusterismo, Simoun. What have you learned from this chapter? Share your answers in the comments. We also encourage you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.